Hello everyone, welcome to this recorded webinar on Archi as part of the deliverables of one of the JISC benefit realization projects. My name is Dumebi Oderinde and I'll be your presenter today. As part of this project, we are providing this resource for those who are starting to use Archi in doing some enterprise architecture work. Now, there are lots of resources available on the JISC website that define and describe what enterprise architecture is, and especially within the HE context. But in this session, I will introduce the modeling tool and how it's used. Then in the following sessions of the day, we'll look at some examples and also try to create some models using the tool. Firstly, we look at some background facts about Archi, then we look at an outline of the tool interface, and we'll later discuss how to create models in Archi. Right. Archi is an open source modeling tool for enterprise architecture. It was originally designed for use within the HE context because of the demand for a simple, lightweight enterprise architecture modeling tool. Archi was also developed by JISC at the University of Bolton. Some facts to note about Archi is that it's built to support the universal modeling language Archimate, which is now a proprietary language of the Open Group. Now, compared to other advanced modeling tools, Archi is a low-cost entry tool for institutions and other HE practitioners. It has all the basic features you would require to model and represent your enterprise, or as I would say, institutional architecture. It is interesting to note that Archi now has a large user audience and is now widely adopted in other private sector organizations. To download the latest version of the tool, you need to access the URL as shown, or just simply type in Archi Cities into Google. It allows you to download versions on Windows, Mac, or Linux operating systems. Once you've done this, just double click on the icon to install and also to open. Now, once you double click on the icon, it opens up an outline of the Archi modeling tool. You can see it's a very easy to use graphical interface, and we'll discuss about the sections in Archi 2 for now. First of all, to open a new empty model in Archi, all you need to do is click on the File menu, click on New Empty Model, or click on the document icon highlighted by the callout. The first section of the Archi interface is a menu bar. The menu bar is similar to what you see in a Windows toolbar. The menu bar helps you to manage your model, so you can see menus like File, Edit, View, Window, and Help. Under these menus, you can do so much. For example, you can save, export your models into several formats, including PDFs, CSVs, images, or even PowerPoints. Also, you can change it out Archi default settings under the Edit menu and other general features to your preferences, such as changing the color palette of the default settings. This is the color palette, which you can change what colors represent the different elements so that that's reflected in your palette. The menu bar. Under the menu bar, you have the edit menu, and then you can select preferences. At this pop-up window, you can change the default color settings as we talked about, or you can view some check sheets under the help menu. You can search for information about Archi. And also under the Windows layer, you can reset your Windows layout to its default settings. The next section of the Archi interface is the model tree. Well, what you can do is to click on the File menu, select New, and open a new empty model. As a result, a blank model will appear. Under the models icon, a tree of folders will drop down. Now, the model tree is designed to help you organize your models into different types of folders. It contains folders for each type of elements, relations, and different views of your models. For example, all your business layer elements, such as your actors, roles, processes, business functions, can be stored inside the business folder. You can collapse and expand the model tree when needed. And you can also select elements from the model tree to your workspace and reuse as many times as you want. Underneath the model tree, there are three tabs. One is the outline tab. Now, this shows a caption of your model. For example, if you want to focus on a particular section of your model, you can do that and select that particular section in this tab, and then you can view it in your workspace, which we'll talk about. Also, the navigation tab helps you to navigate across elements and relations in your model. And then the hints tab displays a brief description of any element you select or highlight in your model. So it's a handy feature if you're unsure what an element represents or what it means. The next section of the Archi interface is the Properties window. The Properties window provides a set of shortcodes to describe your model. For example, you can type a name and purpose of an element in your model, or you have to select on the element in the workspace. You can also change the colors, the font styles, or the font size of your model or element. You can add additional text descriptions, images, or hyperlinks to your models under, if you click on menu, it says purpose or documentation. Also, the next section we have is a palette. Now, the palette is your model toolkit. The palette consists of your select and paste tools, your Archi relations and elements or concept, as some may refer to them. There are additional concepts or elements. There are additional elements or relations. There are business layer concepts, application layer concepts, technology layer concept, and then we have the Archi extension concepts. Now you can see that these are differentiated by colors and by sections under that palette, so it's pretty organized for you. Now, the next section is your workspace, which is a blank canvas, and this is where all your models are created and viewed. Now remember, in creating a model, you need to select a concept from the model tree, drag and drop into the workspace, or you can select an element from the palette as well. This is a typical example. It's a simple example of an Archimate model that's been created in Archi. The model consists of business processes as shown in the top layer, which says business claim process. Now that's a group function that we use to group similar elements. Also, it has the next layer, which says application service layer, groups only service concepts, and then the application component. Now, some housekeeping rules about modeling in Archi. You can rename your model or the view of your model by just right-clicking and typing the preferred name you want, or you can add additional description under the properties window as shown by the arrow. Also, remember to save your model when you're finished or before you finished, because Archi does not auto-save. Also, as I reiterated before, you can add elements from both your model tree or your palette. Now, what you have to do is to right-click on the folder in the model tree, for example, on the business folder, select new, and choose an actor, for example. Now, we'll try to create a simple model by first adding elements to the model tree and then adding them to the workspace. Thank you.